I want to know, do you feel like even the religious schools today, are they embracing any of the woke ideology, or have they drawn a pretty clear line?
Not the one that I go to, but I have noticed a lot of the schools do also, they're starting to embrace it as well.
So it's all over.
Yeah, it is.
It's all
It
over.
is. But the school that I go to is pretty protective of that. And so it's, I drive a half hour to go to that school every day because I couldn't find one closer that I felt that my kids would be protected.
I want to ask, did any of you start to notice these things before COVID, or was COVID the big wake-up call?
Yeah, when I became a parental rights advocate was actually pre-COVID, when they tried to take away the religious exemption to mandatory vaccinations for children to attend school. And we started going to Trenton, started meeting with legislators, and started becoming engaged in the political process, which previously I was a little bit oblivious to. Mm-hmm. And I was in La La Land. I was pretty naive, actually. And once we got into the thick of it, we realized that a lot of legislators were actually not at all interested in the facts or the truth or the Constitution or our bodily integrity, autonomy, birthrights, God-given rights, these things that we are born with that no other man can take away from us. Mm-hmm. They were getting their support from the pharmaceutical industry, and a lot of their votes were party line, pre-arranged voting blocks. And by a great grace of God and all of us coming together, locking hands and developing relationships with some of the legislators, we were able to actually build these relationships, have these deeper conversations about what truly mattered. And enough of them stood up. And we were able to defend the religious exemption in New Jersey, which became a nationwide phenomenon. Mm-hmm. Everybody went crazy. We became an example in front of the whole nation. We stood outside, freezing in the snow and the sleet. They locked the doors on us. We had nursing babies in our laps. We refused to leave. They barricaded us. We chanted and prayed and sang the national anthem and cried and prayed, and for days and days, we kept going back, and we preserved the right to religious exemption in New Jersey in public schools. Mm-hmm. However, religious schools are not bound by it. The interesting thing is, religious schools in New Jersey have the right to deny someone of a religious exemption.
Wow.
Very ironic, very ironic.